Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel. And today we're going to be talking about some of the most comfortable basketball shoes that you can get right now. And it's like for casual use, you know, I know a good amount of people that rock basketball shoes casually. And also, of course, when you're playing, you want something that's comfortable, right? So comfort isn't really a huge thing for me as far as like what I need in a basketball shoe. I mean, if it's comfortable, that's good. But what I'm going for more is like, as you guys already know, like traction, fit, a lightweight and minimal shoe and all that. So comfort isn't a huge thing, but if it is comfortable and cozy, that's like a plus, you know? But this list here is more for like kind of casual use. You know, so if you guys do want to cop any of these shoes, I'll leave a link in the description box. And there's two things I need in a shoe personally for me to think that it's comfortable. And number one is going to be cushion. I like to have a very soft cushion. I like to have a lot of compression and stuff like that when I'm walking around. The next is going to be the materials. You know, I like to have a very soft, cozy, comfortable material over my foot, preferably a knit, something that kind of like stretches over your foot. Basically, those are like the two things. I guess like fit is kind of important, but not really. And in this list, I got two tiers. In tier two, you usually just have like one of those aspects, like a nice material or a very, very nice cushion. And of course, tier one, they have both. So again, links are below if you guys want to copy any of these, but let's get started with tier 2, and we got the Dame 7s. So the Dame 7 has a full length light strike cushioning setup. There's a crazy amount of compression in the heel. So if you're walking around all day, if you're working or something, and of course, if you walk around all day, your feet are going to be comfortable. It literally feels like you're walking on clouds with that light strike cushion. Just keep in mind, it does bottom out fairly quickly. But other than that, the cushion is super comfortable. The materials are okay. You know, it's more of like a mesh or a textile material. It's a little bit stiffer than I would like as far as comfortability goes, but it's still overall very comfortable, and it's a relatively cheap shoe. All right, next we got the Next Level 2020 by Adidas. Not the best looking shoe in my opinion. I don't think you'd want to wear it casually. You know, if you're going out, I don't think it looks great, but it's a very comfortable shoe as far as the knit goes, right? The entire upper is made of a knit material. It kind of feels like a very, very thick sock over your foot. It's like not glued down really at all. It's just super soft, conforms to your foot very, very well. The reason why it's in the second tier is because the cushion isn't as nice as, I guess, like what I would want, you know? It's full length light strike, right? Just like the Dame 7, but it's just not as soft. There's not as much compression in the heel, so that's why it's in the second tier. But of course, if you want a very, very comfortable shoe, as far as the upper goes, the Next Level is super comfortable. Next, we got the Renew Elevate. The Renew Elevate is great because it's super cheap. It's like 90 bucks, I believe, and it's on sale for like 50 or 60 bucks. It's a great looking shoe in my opinion as well. The design is awesome. I love the swoosh and all that. The cushion is really, really comfortable. It's soft. Obviously, you're not going to be running around in it if you're casually wearing it, but there is a nice little bounce to it if you do run around in it, I guess. And the material's not bad. You know, it's not the most comfortable material, but it's pretty up there. It's basically like a mesh or a foam back mesh, and it's soft, it's thin, has very good ventilation as well, so your feet aren't going to be super hot in it either. So the Renew Elevate is a great choice. And the last but not least, in the second tier, we got the KD13. As you guys all know, the KD13 is super comfortable because of the full-length Zoom strobo unit. One thing though, personally for me, is that just walking around all day on top of that Zoom unit is kind of uncomfortable, because at first, you know, you feel that compression and that bounce, which is nice, but over hours and hours of just being on your feet, that pressure, you know, from obviously the airbag and the PSI is kind of like going up against your foot, and that gets a little uncomfortable for me personally. I don't know about you guys, but that's just how I feel a little bit. So just watch out for that. For long periods of time, it does get a little uncomfortable. And also, the reason why it's in the second tier is because the materials aren't that nice. You know, it's thin, it's supportive and stuff like that, but that doesn't really matter for casual use. And casual use for me is, it's not like super cozy, you know, so that's why it's in the second tier. But it's a great looking shoe, and there are definitely some colorways where I feel like you can rock it casually. All right, moving on to the first tier. One of the most comfortable shoes right now for me personally is the Lebron 18, and it's a pretty good looking shoe. The material is very, very comfortable and super cozy. It's a little bit on the thicker side, but I would say around like the Next Level 2020, maybe a little bit thicker than that, but it just feels awesome on foot. It feels like you have a sock on your foot. And the tongue isn't the best, but you know, it's not a huge deal. And then not only that, but the cushion also is very, very comfortable. You got a full-length Zoom unit right underneath your foot, and it's not segmented like a Zoom strobo unit. It's literally just a one-piece Zoom unit. And that feels very, very bouncy. You get a lot of compression right underneath your foot, and you got that crazy Air Max unit in the heel. So when you're just walking around, it just feels like it's very, very comfortable. The only thing to watch out for is just prolonged periods, like hours and hours of walking on your foot. But I guess you can say that for like something that's a stiff cushion, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah, the Lebron 18 is super comfortable. It's just super expensive. It's 200 bucks, so watch out for that. But very, very comfortable shoe. All right, next, as you guys all know, is the PG4. The Air Strobo unit, I feel like, is more comfortable than the Zoom Strobo unit, just in my personal opinion, just because there's not as much pressure. I don't think there's as much PSI in the Air unit as the Zoom Strobo unit, so there's not as much pressure, and it's more comfortable to wear all around, like all day. And then not only that, but the actual foam is super soft as well, so you get a nice comfortable ride if you're walking around all day. And then the materials are also super comfortable. It's like a one booty construction, and then the inner booty is kind of like a neoprene material, so it kind of just stretches over your foot. And then the shroud material makes it feel a little bit more cozier because it makes the material overall a little bit thicker. And it's a cheap shoe. It's only 110 bucks. PG4, not the best looking shoe, and of course I'm looking forward to the PG5 that should be coming out soon. And I feel like it's probably gonna be very, very comfortable as well because it's pretty much using the same cushion setup. All right, next we got the Air Zoom BB NXT, and this shoe is really, really comfortable. It's a little unstable, so that's why I don't like to ball in it as much, but the cushion with that double stacked full length React midsole is just super comfortable. There's crazy amounts of compression. It's a nice bounce back as well. The materials are also nice. It's like a knit material. It feels cozy. It feels comfortable on foot. As far as aesthetics go, it's not the best looking shoe, and the colorways that have come out aren't the best, but it's a super duper comfortable shoe if you guys want to try it out. All right, next we got the Under Armour Curry 8, right? So it's kind of like tier 1.5, I would say. I mean, it's still a really, really comfortable shoe, super minimal, very, very good ventilation and all that. It's just the cushion I don't think is on par with the other shoes in the first tier. Like, they're using a full length flow cushion, which is definitely soft, especially comparing it to like the other Curry models, but it's just not like super duper soft, and like underfoot cushioning also isn't the best. Still, it's a comfortable cushioning setup. I definitely feel like it's a little bit more mellow and a little bit stiffer though than the other cushioning setups on this list. I'm saying it's tier 1.5, right? But also the materials are really, really comfortable. You have a full-on knit upper, and I just love that stretchy collar. And also another plus is that like the shoe is super easy to put on and take off. It just makes the shoe overall like so much more of a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times when I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go out, what should I wear? A factor for me, sadly, is this shoe easy to put on? If it's not, I'm like, I don't really want to put it on. You know, I'm just lazy like that sometimes. But the Curry 8, super easy to put on, just slide it on, kind of like a slipper. And so that's why I like the Curry 8s. All right, last but not least, this is a very, very old shoe, but it's still available on Nike.com for some reason. And this is the Nike Zoom Universe. And the Zoom Universe is super comfortable because it has a full-length Zoom strobo, and the foam is very, very soft, just like the PG4. And not only that though, but the material is very, very soft, you know? And it's also super easy to put on. You have that strap that kind of wraps around the heel, and then the heel comes down with that magnet, so it's a very, very easy shoe to put on as well. Aesthetically, you know, like not the best looking shoe ever, but if you're going for pure comfort, the Zoom Universe is a great, great option. There are some other shoes that are very, very comfortable, but I didn't really want to include them in this list because they're kind of old, you know, like the Anta KT5 Low and the Anta KT5 and the KT Splash 2, but they are still available, so I guess I'll kind of throw it in there if you guys want. But that's pretty much my list for most comfortable basketball shoes that you can get right now. Again, if you guys want to cop any of these shoes, I'll leave a link in the description box, and if I missed any shoes, tell us what I missed down in the comment section below. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.